What's up, you guys? This is Makanor. I know it's been a year since I've last uploaded a video or so, and I know you guys have moved on to bigger and greater things, and I'm so proud of you for that. But I'm also very proud that a lot of you have still stuck around with the channel even after this long hiatus. And to be honest, I haven't uploaded anything because there's no social issues or conflicts within the Otherkin or Therian community that I know of to upload about. And I haven't been developing any metaphysical or supernatural theories or concepts to really talk about in a video. But another thing that's been holding me back from uploading videos is for the past few months, or for the past year, I've been dealing with financial issues that have left me in debt, family issues that have left me feeling isolated and alienated, and academic issues. And a lot of those are starting to improve this year. And for the past few months, I've been studying up on historical, religious, and spiritual beliefs throughout the world, throughout different continents, whether it be Africa or Australia or Asia or North and South America. And to be honest with you, it is a very enlightening thing. And you see that throughout the world, no matter what continent or no matter what group of indigenous people or natives, that there are a lot of common religious or spiritual beliefs that are shared throughout the world. But I was reading something up on the African continent, and there was a chapter dedicated to Werebeasts and Affinities, and I thought that there was a passage in the chapter that I just had to make a video on. I just had to upload it to this channel because I believe a lot of the spiritual beliefs of this indigenous tribe are identical to the core otherkin mechanics, such as soul transmigration, possession of animals, and so on and so forth. But I'm just going to get into the video. I'm going to read the passage. It's from a book called Life in Southern Nigeria, The Magic, Beliefs, and Customs of the Ibibio Tribe by P. Omri Talbot. The passage begins: in some regions, it is thought that the ethereal soul belonging to a man is at the latter's birth projected into a real tree or animal, or is born in the shape of one, remains in such during the man's lifetime, and dies simultaneously with him. Most Ibibio, however, including the Afik and the majority of those in the Aket district, are of the opinion that this bush soul, as it is called, lives in a man's belly, save at such times as it is consciously sent forth, usually during sleep. In this case, the way to send out the Ukpon Ikat, or the bush soul, or Ukpon Magong, or water soul if it turns into a water animal, is among some peoples only shown to the son of a chief or a man who has paid the fees and reached a high position in one of the secret societies, especially the Ekpe, or leopard club. Such a man is initiated into the mystery by one of the old men who makes a medicine composed of a mixture of leaves, eggs, water, etc. in a calabash. Often he is taught how to project his soul in the form of a bird, which can fly fast and see what is happening in a far country. Sometimes how to possess at the same time a crocodile, a crayfish, and a small fish, into any of which he can turn at will. The power of metamorphosis is generally termed Uwora Ukpon, corresponding to the Igbo word ahihi, and is sometimes inherited, sometimes bought. Since many believe that it is only used for evil purposes, the faculty is not often boasted of or admitted by its possessor. Nearly all strong animals in the bush, such as leopards, elephants, etc., are credited with being werebeasts, but such can only be recognized by hunters who, unless bad men, would not shoot them, since their death would entail that of their affinity. Among Eket, snake affinities predominate over all others, though many women say that their souls go forth and enter the great fish in the rivers. A man named Ikat of Usun Inyan gave the following account to Mr. Eakin. I was sitting with others in the veranda of my house, and one of the company suddenly jumped up, crying out that his soul was caught in a trap on the farm of a man whom he named. He had the appearance of struggling violently, as though seeking to lose himself, and begged some of those present to go to the place indicated and set free his affinity. Several of the spectators ran to do as he asked. I stayed with him to see what would happen. In a short time he quieted down and said with an appearance of great relief, "Now I am free once more. My soul has come back to me." Not long afterwards our friends returned and said, "We went to the place pointed out to us and there found a great python, a saba, caught in a trap. So we cut the ropes and the snake glided forth into the bush." There is said to be two kinds of asaba, or snake souls. In one case the affinity is hereditary and totemistic, and in the other acquired from a magician. Large sums are paid to powerful juju men in order to induce them to perform the rites which will enable the aspirant to enter at will into python form. The reason that this affinity is specially sought after is that such serpents are looked upon as guarding the mysteries of sacred groves and waters, and the secrets of long-forgotten buried treasures. To these it is thought that where pythons can procure access, and so bring riches. I personally thought that this was an interesting passage, and to be honest with you, this is just the tip of the iceberg in this chapter that focuses on affinities and werebeasts. And if you can come across this book, if you can find a PDF version, or you can actually get your hands on the book or a copy, it is a fascinating read. It is a treasure trove of religious and spiritual beliefs to give you insight into the types of religions and the spiritual practices of people on the African continent. And one of the reasons I liked reading about African religious and spiritual beliefs is because you have a lot of documentation of other religious and spiritual beliefs all across the globe. You have Taoism, you have Shintoism, you have Buddhism, you have Hinduism, you have Islam, you have Sikhism, you have Christianity, you have Gnosticism, you have, Greek mythology, Roman mythology, their pantheons of deities. You have Native American mythology and their religious and spiritual practices. You even have Mayan and Mesoamerican religions and other types of Central American mythology. But with the African continent, there is a lack of depth when it comes to religion and spirituality. There is a lack of actual information that is out there accessible to the people. And what this book goes on to show is that the idea of werebeasts, the idea of familiars as it's known in Europe and America during early settler times or colonial times, the idea of familiars, the idea of your soul being bound to an animal, that's not a strictly American idea. That's not a strictly Western idea. This is something that has existed on the African continent and even other continents and other native and indigenous peoples' religious and spiritual beliefs for a long time, before any type of contact with Westerners, before any type of contact with Europeans or Spanish or Portuguese or so on and so forth. And this was so interesting that I had to do a video on it because these ideas existed around the 19th century, the 18th century, maybe even earlier. But you have to admit these beliefs existed before the internet, before the idea of an online otherkin community. And for people to, in my opinion, dispel the idea of otherkin, dispel the idea as nonsense or delusional or not having any type of historical precedence is false. Because as you can see in this passage, and if you can even do your own research and look around at other spiritual and religious beliefs all around the world, it is a universal idea. Soul transmigration, one's ancestors reincarnating in animal form, or to transform into an animal, or to have your soul linked to an animal. And it's not something that's just been thought of within the last 20 years or last 40 years, last 50 years. This is something that has existed for centuries, even millennia. And I just thought it was amazing to just really read up on it, and I really liked it, and I really wanted to make a video on it. But this is what I've been doing for the past few months, just reading up on religious and spiritual beliefs from different parts of the world and different indigenous peoples, And I was wondering, what is your opinion on videos like this? Would you like to see me upload more videos like this, reading passages that I find that pertain to otherkin and therianthropy and so on and so forth? Leave a comment below. This is Makanor. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.